à tous et bienvenue encore une fois dans nos programmes. Good day everyone and welcome once again to our French programs. Today we are going to talk about different type of food plus some vegetables and fruits. So please listen carefully, take note well and repeat it together after me. So as you know, this is rice. And rice is called in French language le riz. Le riz, rice. And these are beans. Beans are called in French language le haricot. Le haricot, beans. This is what we call maize or corn. Maize or corn is called in French language le maïs. Le maïs. This is yam. Yam is called in French language l'igname. L'igname. L'igname means yam. This is cassava. Cassava is called in French language le manioc. Le manioc. And this is taro. Taro is called in French language le taro. Le taro. And we also have potato. Potato is called basically in French language la pomme de terre. La pomme de terre. And moreover, we also call it la patate. But we have different types of potatoes, as you can see it. So we have sweet potato, which is called in French language la patate douce. But concerning la pomme de terre, as you can see it, pomme de terre is different than sweet potato. Pomme de terre is not the sweet one, while sweet potato stands for la patate douce. This is groundnut. We also call it peanut. Peanut means in French language l'arachide. Peanut or groundnut is called in French language l'arachide. L'arachide. Meat also is part of food, as you know. Meat is called in French language la viande. La viande. After meat, we can also mention fish. Fish is called in French language le poisson. Le poisson. We also have egg. Egg, which is called in French language l'œuf. L'œuf. And after that, we also have bread. This is bread. Bread is called in French language le pain. Le pain. After bread, we also have wheat. Wheat is called in French language le blé. Le blé. After wheat, we also have fonio. Fonio. Fonio is called in French language le fonio. Same spelling, le fonio. A fonio, as you can see it, is a kind of white cereal which is cultivated especially in Western Africa. And moreover, we also call it hungry rice. This is what we call soja, as you know it. Soja is called in French language le soja. Le soja. And soja is also called soy in the east part of Asian countries. Now we are going to mention some common fruit that we all know very well. This is banana. Banana is called in French language la banane. La banane. And this is avocado. Avocado is called in French language l'avocat. L'avocat. This is pineapple. Pineapple is called in French language l'ananas. There is S at the end, but this S is silent. Therefore, we now pronounce it l'ananas. Mango. Mango is called in French language la mangue. And this is orange. Orange is called in French language l'orange. Same spelling, but in French language you pronounce it l'orange. Pawpaw is what we call in French language la papaye. La papaye. Apple is what we call la pomme. Apple, la pomme. This is guava. And then guava is what we call in French language la goyave. And this is lemon. Lemon is what we call in French language le citron. Le citron. Coconut. Coconut is called in French language noix de coco. Noix de coco. Coconut. This is what we call raisin. Raisin is called in French language le raisin. Le raisin. Tamarin. Tamarin is called in French language le tamarin. Strawberry. Strawberry is called in French language la fraise. La fraise. Watermelon. Watermelon is called in French language le pastèque. This is plantain. Plantain is called in French language le plantain. Le plantain. Now let's talk about vegetables. Les légumes. This is carrot. Carrot is called in French language la carotte. This is cucumber. Cucumber is called in French language le concombre. This is what we call ginger. And ginger is called in French language le gingembre. Le gingembre. Spinach. Spinach is called in French language l'épinard. L'épinard. This is okra. And okra is called in French language le gombo. Le gombo. This is tomato, as you know it. And tomato is called in French language la tomate. La tomate. And this is onion. Onion is called in French language l'oignon. L'oignon. And this is pepper. Pepper is called in French language le piment. Le piment. And this is cabbage. Cabbage is called in French language le chou. Le chou. This is what we call bell pepper. Bell pepper is called in French language le poivron. Le poivron. Lettuce. Lettuce is called in French language la laitue. La laitue. This is eggplant. Eggplant is called in French language l'aubergine. L'aubergine. Pumpkin. Pumpkin is called in French language la citrouille. La citrouille. Mushroom. Mushroom is called in French language le champignon. Le champignon. So from here, I will say thanks to you. Keep growing your knowledge in French language with us. Continuez de vous cultiver davantage en français avec nous. Merci beaucoup, au revoir et à la prochaine.